Hello students, welcome to our class. In previous lecture, we have discussed how to multiply decimal numbers. In today's lecture, we will going to learn about division of decimal numbers. Okay, before that, you must know you have learned that part in 6th standard, that is what is meaning of 1 by 10, what is meaning of 1 by 100, 1 by 1000, 1 by 10,000. Okay, you have learned meaning of that fractions. So 1 by 10 is nothing but 0.1. 1 by 10 means 10th part, and this is nothing but 0.1. 1 upon 100 is nothing but 0.01. 1 upon 1000 is nothing but 0.001. 1 upon 10,000 means 0.0001. Means what? We can write this fraction 1 upon 10 in terms of decimals, and you have learned this part in 6th standard. Okay, see here, dividend is 1 and divisor is 10. So see, there is 1 0 over 1. Therefore, we put the decimal point before one digit. So see, before one digit, so we put the decimal point before 1 and we get 0.1. So 1 upon 10 can be written as 0.1. See here, in the divisor there are two zeros over 1. So we put the decimal point before two digits 1 and 2. If there is no digit, we always write the 0. So 1 upon 100 means 0.01. 1 upon 1000 means 0.001. Means what? Whenever there will be 0, so see, there is 1 0. If there will be 1 0, then we put the decimal point before one digit. If there will be 2 0, we put the decimal point before two digits 1 and 2. If there is no digit, then we write 0. See, there are three zeros, so put the decimal point before three digits 1 2 3. Actually there is a 1 and that is one digit, so 1 2 and 3 means there two digits can be written as 0 0 and put the decimal point. As like this, you can write any fraction in terms of decimals. Okay, you have also learned that how to write decimal number in terms of fraction. Okay, so see, there if there is one digit after decimal point, then we remove that decimal point and in the division we write 10. You have also learned this in 6th standard, how to convert decimal number into fraction. Okay, so remove that decimal point, write the digit, and in the denominator, see, there is one digit after decimal point, so write 1 0 over 1. Means what? In place of point we write 1, and after point there is one digit, so we write 1 0 after 1. As like this, you can write any decimal number in terms of fraction. So see, 12.96. So this is a decimal number and we have to write this in terms of fraction. So how can we write? See, first remove the decimal point, write the number, and in the denominator, in place of point write 1. After point there are two zeros, so put two zeros. Okay, so 12.96 can be written as 1296 upon 100. See, we can write decimal number in terms of fraction and also fraction in terms of decimal. Means what? If I give a number, means if we have given what 1.5 sorry 15 upon 10. Okay, so how can we write this fraction in terms of decimal? See, there is 1 0 over 1, So write the number in the numerator, that is 15. See, there is 1 0 over 1, so put point before one digit. So we can write any fraction in terms of decimal. So see, 15 by 10 can be written as 1.5. If there is 1 0, then put the decimal point before one digit and write the decimal number. So 15 upon 10 can be written as 1.5. As like this, you can write any fraction in terms of decimal, any decimal number in terms of fractions, and these are the basics. You have learned this in 6th standard. Okay, this part will be need in our further divisions. That's why I have recalled that part that you have learned in 6th standard. Okay, so now first we will learn about how to divide decimal number by 10. Okay, so in this part we will going to discuss about how to divide decimal number. Means if we take any decimal number and we have to divide it by 10. Okay, so I'll take just 31.5. Okay, decimal number as 31.5. We have to divide it by 10. Then how to divide the decimal number by 10? So first step is first remove that decimal numbers, means remove that decimal point, means we have to write the decimal number in terms of fraction. So see, as I discussed above, 31.5 can be written as 315 upon 10. See, there is one digit after decimal point, so 31.5 can be written as 315 by 10. So what is our first step? First convert the decimal number into fraction. Now division sign as it is and 10 as it is. Okay, now what is step 2? In the fraction part, we have discussed how to divide any fraction by a whole number. Okay, how to divide fraction by whole number, and we have discussed this part in the subtopic fraction. Okay, so whenever there is a fraction, we have to divide fraction by whole number. We just put dividend as it is. We replace division sign by multiplication and write the reciprocal of this number. So what is reciprocal of 10? Reciprocal of 10 is 1 by 10. So what is our first step? Whenever we divide any decimal number by 10, what is our first step? First write the decimal number in terms of fraction, and we have discussed above. Okay, so there is one digit after one decimal point, so 31.5 can be written as 315 divided by 10. So division as it is and 10, and we know how to divide a fraction by a whole number. Write fraction as it is, replace the division sign by multiplication, and write the reciprocal of divisor. So reciprocal of 10 is 1 by 10. Now step 3. So see, we have got 315 by 10 into 10, that is 100. See here, 10 into 10 is 100 and 315 into 1 is 315. So we get 315 upon 10, and we know what is 315 upon 10. This fraction can be written as decimal number. So there are 2 0. So put two decimal points before two digits. So 1 2. So what will we get answer? 3.15. Means what? 31.5 divided by 10 is nothing but 3.15. Okay, so what is our first step? Whenever we divide any decimal number by 10, convert this decimal number into fraction. Okay, so write first fraction as it is, replace division sign by multiplication, write the reciprocal of divisor, just multiply it, and we know what is how to convert fraction into decimals. See, there are two zeros over 1, so put the decimal point before two digits. Actually remember that in multiplication we put the decimal point after, okay, move towards the right, okay, we move the decimal point towards the right, and in division just remember that we have to move the decimal point to the left. Okay, so see, here there are two zeros, so put the decimal point before two digits, 1 2. So what will get answer? 31.5 divided by 10 is 3.15. Okay, now see second example. 235.4 divided by 10. So what is our first step? First step is write this decimal number in terms of fraction. So see, instead of point write 1, and after point there is one digit, so put 1 0. Okay, now division sign as it is, 10 as it is, and we know how to divide fraction by 10. Fraction by whole number. Write fraction as it is, replace division sign by multiplication, and write the reciprocal of 10. Reciprocal of 10 is 1 by 10. So 2354 into 1 is 2354. 10 into 10 is 100. And see, there are two zeros, so put the decimal point before two digits. So therefore we get 235.4 divided by 10 is equal to 230.54. Okay, as like this you can divide any decimal number by 10. And remember one thing is that whenever we divide any decimal number by 10, see, the decimal point is, the digits will be the same as the decimal number. See, 315. Just this decimal point is moved towards the left by one digit, one place. See, there is 1 0, therefore decimal point move towards the left by one place. So 31.5 divided by 10 is nothing but 3.15. Simply this point move towards the left by one place. See. Okay, in second example also see that this point move towards the left by one place. See, point before 5. Okay, means whenever we divide any decimal number by 10, see, the decimal point move towards the left by one place, and in multiplication the decimal point move towards the right. Okay, so just remember that. So that's why by this result you can divide directly also. Means what? If I give you example, 2.38 divided by 10. So directly you can write answer. See, whenever we divide any decimal number by 10, this decimal point move towards the left. Decimal point move towards the left by one place. So we have to put the decimal point before 2, and there is no digit, so write 0. So what is answer? 2.38 divided by 10 is nothing but 0.238. As like this you can divide directly also, but you can apply this rule in MCQs also, but while solving the examples you must have to write step by step. Okay, now see what happen when we divide any number by any decimal number by 100. So how to divide decimal number by 100. So see, just take one decimal number as 235.4, divide it by 100. So as like above examples, all steps are same. First, convert this decimal number into fractions. See, there is one digit after decimal point, so this decimal number can be written in the fraction as 2354 divided by 10. Division sign as it is, 100 as it is. Now it is our second step. First fraction as it is, replace division sign by multiplication and write the reciprocal of 100. Reciprocal of 100 is 1 upon 100. We have discussed this in the part of fraction. Okay, so you must have to know. So now what is our next step? Next step is just multiply. So 2354 divided by 10 into 100 means 1000, and we know how to write this fraction in decimal, in terms of decimal numbers. See, there are 3 zeros, so put the decimal point before 3 digits, 1 2 3, so we must have to write 2.354. so what we get answer 235.4. when we divide 235.4 by 100, we get answer 2.354. okay, so see, whenever we divide any decimal number by 100, so see, there are 2 zeros, therefore decimal point move towards the left by 2 places. Okay, so we get answer 2.354. so you can directly write answer, but you can apply this rule in MCQs only, okay, to get the answer in minimum time. But while solving the examples, you must have to write step by step. Okay, now see second example. .5 divided by 100. So what is our first step? Write this decimal number in terms of fraction. So 1.5 can be written as 15 by 10. Division sign as it is 100. Now we know that how to divide any fraction by whole number. Write fraction as it is. Replace division sign by multiplication and write the reciprocal of 100. Reciprocal of 100 is 1 upon 100. 15 upon 10 into 100 means 1000. Now how to write this fraction in terms of decimal numbers? See, there are 3 zeros, so we have to put the point before 3 digits. So here there are only 2 digits, 1 5, and there is no digit, so we have to write 0. So put the decimal point before 3 digits. Okay, so 1 2 3, there is no digit, so we have to write 0 and put the point. Okay, so 15 by 1000 can be written as 0.015. okay, so we get answer 1.5 divided by 100 is nothing but 0.015. so see, whenever we divide any decimal number by 100, there are 2 zeros in 100, so decimal point move towards the left by 2 digits, 1 and 2, so there is no digits, so write 0 and put the point. So 1.5 divided by 100 is 0.015. okay, see one more example. 29.36 divided by 100. so what is first step? Write this decimal number in terms of fraction. So see, after decimal point there are 2 digits, so we have to put 2 zeros over 1 and remove the decimal point. So 29.36 can be written in the fraction as 2936 upon 100. Division sign as it is, 100 as it is. Now we know how to divide a fraction by a whole number. Write fraction as it is, replace division sign by multiplication and write the reciprocal of 100. So 2000 936 into 1 is 2936. 100 into 100 is 10,000, and C, there are 4 zeros, so we must have to put the decimal point before 4 digits. 1 2 3 4 means what? We get answer 0.2936. okay, so therefore 29.36 divided by 100 is equal to 0.2936. okay, so we get one more rule. Whenever there are two zeros, the decimal point move towards the left by 2 digits. See, there are two zeros, decimal point move towards the left by 2 digits, 2 places, 1 2. So here we get point before 2. okay, if there is no digits, then write 0. As like this, you can divide any decimal number by 100. Now how to divide the decimal number by 1000? So in this part also we do the calculation by previous discussion, how to divide decimal number by 1000. Now see first example. 31.5 divided by 1000. So when we divide decimal number by 10, 100 or 1000, first write this decimal number in terms of fraction. So 31.5 can be written as 315 by 10. After decimal point there is 1 digit, that's why divided by 1000. Now write first fraction as it is, replace division sign by multiplication, write reciprocal of 1000. Reciprocal of 1000 is 1 upon 1000. So 315 into 1 is 315. 10 into 1000 is 10,000. So see, there are 1 2 3 4 zeros, so we must have to put the digits before decimal point before 4 digits, and there are only 3 digits, so we have to add 0 and put the decimal point. So 315 divided by 10,000 can be written as 0.0315. Decimal point before 4 digits, 1 2 3 4, and if there is no digit, write 0. So what will we get answer? 31.5 divided by 1000 is equal to 0.0315. and see, you can do directly also. See, there are 3 zeros, so decimal point move towards the left by 3 digits, 1 2 and 3. There is no digits, that's why we have written 0 and put the point. So 31.5 divided by 1000 is 0.0315. okay, as like this you can do directly also, but while solving example you must have to write these steps. okay, now take second example. 2.38 divided by 1000. So what is our first step? Write this decimal number in terms of fraction. After decimal point there are 2 digits, so we have to put the 2 zeros over 1. So 2.38 can be written as 238 upon 100 divided by 1000. Now write fraction as it is, replace division sign by multiplication, and write the reciprocal of 1000. Reciprocal of 1000 is 1 upon 1000. So 238 upon 1 lakh. So see, there are 1 2 3 4 5 zeros, so we must have to put the decimal point before 5 digits. And see, there are only 3 digits, 1 2 3 4 and 5, and put the decimal point. okay, there are 5 zeros, so 1 2 3 4 5 and put the point there. If there are no digits, write 0. So we get answer 2.38 divided by 1000 is nothing but 0.00238. and in this example, see that this decimal point is moved towards the left by 3 digits, 1, 2 and 3, 0, 0 and point, 0, 0 and point. Means see, whenever we divide any decimal number by 100, the decimal point move towards the left by 3 places, and if there is no digit, write 0. So as like this you can divide any decimal number by 10, 100 and 1000. Now we have discussed only about how to divide decimal number by 10, 100, 1000, 10,000. Okay, now we will discuss about how to divide decimal number by a whole number. So how to divide decimal number by a whole number? So just take decimal number as 6.4, divide it by whole number. So I take whole number as 2. Okay, so how to divide decimal number by whole number? Just as I discussed in previous example, first write this decimal number in terms of fraction. So 6.4 can be written as 64 by 10. Division sign as it is, 2 as it is. And we know how to divide a fraction by a whole number. First take fraction as it is, replace division sign by multiplication and write the reciprocal of 2. Reciprocal of 2 is 1 by 2. Okay, so 64 into 1 is 64, 10 into 2. So whenever there will be 10, so put 10 as it is, because if you can multiply it, then it will be get complicated. So put 10 as it is in the denominator. So just simplify that. 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4. So what remains? In the numerator 32 and in the denominator 10. So, and we know what is 32 by 10. 32 by 10 is nothing but 3.2. So what will we get? Answer 6.4 divided by 2 is 3.2. Okay, as like this you can do the calculations. Now see number 2. 35.7 divided by 3. So write this first step, write this decimal number in terms of fraction. Okay, now while divide fraction by whole number, write fraction as it is, replace division sign by multiplication, write the reciprocal of 3, that is 1 by 3, and as I discussed above, 357, 10 into 3. So whenever there is 10, put as it is. Now divide 357 by 3. So what will we get? Division 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3, remainder 2, 3 nines are 26. Okay, so in the numerator what remains? 119, and in the denominator 10, and we know 119 divided by 10 means 11.9. So what will we get? Answer 35.7 divided by 3 is nothing but 11.9. Okay, so this is one method to find the division of decimal, how to divide decimal number by whole number. There is one more method I will explain here. Okay, so what is the another method? So whenever we divide any decimal number by whole number, first remove the decimal point. Okay, so see, there is one digit after decimal point, so to remove that decimal point we put the 10 in the divisor. So there is one digit after the decimal point, so put 10 in the divisor. So this decimal sign get removed. 6.4 is not 64. and there will be get 1 0 on in divisor. Okay, means 6.4 divided by 2 is nothing but 64 divided by 20. So what is our first step? When we divide any decimal number by whole number, what is our first step? Count the digits after the decimal. So see, there is one digit after the decimal, and put the 1 zeros in the divisor and remove that decimal point. So 6.4 divided by 2 is nothing but 64 divided by 20, and 64 divided by 20, so we can return as 20 as 2 into 10. 20 means 2 into 10. Now put 10 remains 10 as it is. Divide 64 by 2, and 64 by 2 is 32. 32 by 10, and 32 by 10 is nothing but 3.2. Okay, so as like this you can as like this also you can divide. Means there are just count how many digits after the decimal point and put the zeros after the divisor and then divide it. Okay, so I have explained this method also. Which methods is easy to you can solve by this method. Okay, this is how to divide decimal number by whole number we have explained. There is another method also. Just see, 6.4 divided by 2 means 6.4 upon 2. So what is another? I have explained the third method. See, what is first step? Equalize the digits after the decimal point. So see, here after decimal point there is one digit. Okay, in this number after the decimal point there is one digit, and in this number this 2 can be written as 2.0. Okay, so we have after the decimal point we have one digit, so 2 can be written as 2.0 also. Okay, after the decimal we must have same number of digits. So here after the decimal there is one digit, and here we have to take the decimal point and 1 0. So see, after the digits there are after the decimal point there are same digits, here 1 and here also one digit. Now remove that decimal point and divide. Remove that decimal point and divide 64 by 20. So we know how to divide. 64 by 20 means nothing but, as I explained, 32 by 10, that is 3.2. Means what? Just equalize the digits after the decimal point. So here there is a decimal point, so and there is a third method you can apply it, but I think this is a easy method. Whenever we divide any decimal number by whole number, just count the digits after the decimal point and put that zeros in the divisors and then divide it. Okay, so according to me second step is easy. This is also applicable, but this will be more easy to apply when there will be division of decimal number by decimal number. I will explain in further discussion. Okay, now just remember that how to divide decimal number by whole number. Decimal number by whole number, just count the digits after the decimal point and put zeros in the division divisor and remove that decimal point and just divide it. Okay, now see, as I give you now one more example. 15.5 divided by 5. So as I explained before, just remove that decimal point and see there is one digit after decimal point, so put 10 in the divisor. Okay, and divide it. 155 by 50 means 155 by 5 into 10. 50 means 5 into 10. Put 10 as it is. Divide 155 by 5. So 5 5 is 5 3 is 15. 5 1 is 5. That is 31 by 10. And 31 by 10 is nothing but 3.1. So we get answer 15.5 divided by 5 is 3.1. Okay, so as like this you can divide any decimal number by whole number. Now how to divide whole number by decimal number. Now see how to divide whole number by decimal number. So I take whole number as 21. Okay, so 21 divided by, I take decimal number as 0.3. Now see how to divide a whole number by decimal number. So as I explained, first convert the decimal number into fractions. So 0.3 can be written as 3 by 10. Okay, now we know how to divide whole number by fraction. So write first whole number as it is, replace division sign by multiplication, and write the reciprocal of this number. So reciprocal of 3 by 10 is 10 by 3. Okay, so here denominator is 1. So 21 into 10 is 210, and 210, 3 into 1 is 3. So we know how to divide this. So 3 7s are 21 and 0. So see, 21 divided by 0.3, we get answer 70. Okay, when we divide whole number by decimal number. So this is a method. There is another method, means I explain this example in another way. See, 21 divided by 0.3. So it is first step. To see here, dividend is whole number and divisor is fraction. In previous example we have see that dividend is decimal number and divisor is fraction. Sorry, divisor is whole number. See here, dividend is whole number and divisor is a decimal number. So first, to remove the decimal number, see, count the digits after the decimal point in the divisor. So see, after the decimal point there is one digit, so put the 10 in the dividend. Okay, and remove that decimal point. So if we remove that decimal point, then the number will be 0 3, and 0 3 is nothing but 3. So to remove the decimal point, just count the digits after the decimal point. There is one digit, so put the 10 in the dividend. This is reverse process, as I explained in previous example. Now divide to 10 by 3. So just divide 21 by 3 is 7, and that 0 as it is. So 21 divided by 0.3 is nothing but 70. So by this you can solve example in minimum time. Okay, so what we have to do, whenever we divide whole number by decimal number, first step is count the digits after the decimal point and put that zeros in the dividend. So there is one digit after the decimal point, so put 10 in the dividend and remove that decimal point and just divide. So 210 divided by 3 is nothing but 21 by 3 is 7, and 0 as it is. So you can easily get answer. Okay, now see second example. 9 divided by 0.15. So see, there are two digits after the decimal point, so put 2 zeros in the dividend. Okay, and remove the decimal point. So if we remove the decimal point, then number will be 15. And 900 upon 15, so 19 by 15 is 6 and 0 as it is. So 9 divided by 0.15 is nothing but 60. Okay, now see one more example. Example number 3. 84 divided by 2.1. So see, whenever we divide any whole number by decimal number, see there is a one digit after decimal point, so put 10 in the dividend and remove that decimal point. Now divide 840 by 21. So we know 21 4 is 84 and this 0 remains as it is. So therefore 84 divided by 2.1 is nothing but 40. Now see fourth example. 904 divided by 11.3. So see there is one digit after the decimal point, so put 10 in the dividend and remove that decimal point, so number will be 113. And see 9040 divided by 130 is nothing but, so we know 113 8s are 904 and 0. See here calculation, 130 into 8 is 94. So 113 8s are 904 and 0 as it is. So we get answer 904 upon 11.3 as 80. So to divide a whole number by decimal number, count the digits after the decimal point, put the zeros in the dividend and remove the decimal point and just divide it. Okay, so you can easily divide any whole number by decimal number, any decimal number by whole number. Okay, now